Hey folks, I'm Martin Glaude, M-A-R-T-I-N-G-L-A-U-D-E, but most people know me as Quill18.
Who is Quill18?
Quill18, or Martin Glaude, is one of YouTube's biggest strategy gamers. With over 200,000 subscribers, Quill18 is known around the world for his Let's Plays, live streaming, and Twitch casting. Oh, and he's from Sudbury.
When I hit the first 100,000 subscribers, I knew, okay, this is really a definite solid thing. And then I started getting invites from computer companies to go and fly out to Sweden to play their video games. And I think that's around when I realized this was a pretty big deal.
In fact, Martin's first overseas trip was to Stockholm for a company called Paradox International. He played a pre-released version of their game in the armory of the Swedish Royal Palace.
They set everything up. I mean, we're talking about there were suits of armor everywhere and royal standards and everything. And here we were set up in the middle with a bunch of computers to play a video game that wasn't going to be out for another 6 months. And that was pretty awesome. And about a year ago, I decided to quit my job and work on this full time, because at that point the channel had gotten extremely big. I've been a YouTube partner for 3 or 4 years now, and making a relatively decent income on that, and I just decided to take the plunge and really dedicate myself to it. So now I try to put out somewhere between 3 to 5 videos a day.
So what exactly are Let's Plays?
It's hard to explain. Well, like anything that you're not into, if someone is doing it, you don't really understand it. You know, my wife once took a cake decorating course, and I didn't understand why someone would necessarily want to do that. And I gotta admit, from my point of view, it's still weird that so many people watch me, but at the same time, I really enjoy watching other Let's Players. It's one of the reasons I got started. Spectator sports have been around since sports have existed. People go to stadiums, or then they would listen to it on the radio, or they watch it on TV. A lot of people will watch at work. If it's not a job where they have to be, you know, interacting with something specifically, they'll put it on a sort of background noise that they just listen to, which is actually something I would do a lot. Instead of listening to the radio, you might listen to someone playing a video game. But one of the things you can do is you can follow 10 different people that cover exactly the same game, and everyone will have their own style. Some people will play, it's all about the hard math all the time, and other people will just play for doing things that might not be optimal, but are just way more fun in a given setting. Instead of rooting for the Habs or for the Blue Jays, you're rooting for someone to conquer the world as Poland, or you're rooting for your favorite League of Legends team to win the big championship, and some of which have giant prizes. The Dota 2 International, for example, the first place team won several $1 million for winning that competition, which proves that video game and esports are a really big deal. And this is something you couldn't have done 5 years ago or 10 years ago. Well, I mean, 10 years ago there was no YouTube. So the very concept that this is something that is possible is so brand new. It must be how people might have felt when television was originally invented. You know, here's this weird idea. We're going to beam images into people's homes, and they're going to sit down in their living room and watch us. And then we're trying to sell them soap or something. How bizarre is that? There's people that have been watching me since the very beginning of me being on YouTube. They've been around for years and years and years following me, and I see the names come up time and time again. And a lot of it is relatively passive, but with live streaming, there's different ways to support people through a paid subscription to Twitch.tv, for example. And then when we do the fan meets, people will bring me, especially cookies. This is a big thing. Whenever I've gone to Germany, there's always some fans that come over from the Netherlands. That's the thing. People will travel to come and see you, and then they'll bring you, you know, like local goods from their area, which is really cool and awesome. For the holidays recently, I had a few people. We've got a post office box, and people will ship out some little books and say, "Oh, you should really read this or that." And so people are incredibly awesome. And yeah, wherever I go, people always want to arrange an evening out and, you know, buy me a beer or something like that. And they're just wonderful. And it's important, if you are going to do the YouTube thing, anything like that online, there needs to be a fair deal of care to make sure to hide your personal information, because people will sometimes be jerks, but they are wildly outnumbered by the really awesome viewers and people out there that are just really enthusiastic about everything. The most outrageous fan would probably be the person who's got a tattoo of my face on their body. Right around here on their torso, they've got my face there, and then my catchphrase, which is "What could possibly go wrong?" I've gotten a lot of people come to me saying they've started a channel because of me, or they want to start a channel because of me. Can I give them some advice? And some of those people have really grown to be quite big since then, and it's really great to see more people become part of that, because it means more content than I can watch. It's not competition. The more people that start YouTube channels about gaming, the more people go to YouTube to watch gaming.
Inspired? Quill18's tips are straightforward. Make videos.
Then make more videos, then make more videos. I always joke that your first 100 videos are going to be terrible, but it doesn't matter because no one's going to watch it anyway. You won't get famous right away, you won't make any money right away. You have to do it because you enjoy making videos, and it is going to be a long build-up because it's a math game, it's a waiting game. It'll take a few years to build up if you stick with it, but if you stick with it, you can probably eventually get there, but it's definitely not a get-rich-quick kind of thing.
Find Quill18 at his YouTube page or twitch.tv/Quill18. For northernlife.ca, I'm Malika Villegas.